this thing through streaming now? I just hope so. I hope this is not going to take too much of my CPU power. In any case, I'm doing this for the first time, and I'm still trying to figure out how to do streams and how to put this all together. But yeah, at the moment we are having a look at my Blender scene. It's very crude, but that's okay because I use this as a crude setup for Comfyui, where we take this as an input image, we're placing the characters, and we are creating masks, and we are automating the whole process. So at the end, we have as much control as possible over our outcome, which in this case, the intended picture style is coloring book. So I'm just going to go back to Blender, and we are going to pose one of my characters. I think I posed that one. I think I posed her. We can pose her again. Oh yeah, no, sorry, yes, suit. Okay, we're going to take him. Let's just save this Blender file. 8.1. And we're going to take the camera from here. Gonna put it over. Oh no, I copied it. Undo. Come on. So this is our new dude. And just gonna place him like this. I should just like this. So we are taking skateboard as well and place him in front of an interesting and easy to read background. And this will be the challenge for this exercise. Let's put it here. So maybe it's too close to the camera. Down a little. Oh. I'm struggling with ghost clicks with my tablet. So every once in a while you're gonna see a pretty stupid behavior. Like now, this is so frustrating. In any case. So these are umbrellas, and I don't think the AI knows what this mess of an image is. As humans, we draw from experience when we analyze the world around us, and we can kind of read these as big umbrellas from a cafe. This umbrella is clumsily put just into the ground here. And there's another umbrella over there which stands on this little table. And this doesn't make sense to the AI at all. This could just be a brick wall or any kind of wall. So this doesn't make any sense to the AI. And also this here doesn't make any sense to the AI, because how would the AI know that this is a part of a building? It's so either we reposition everything in here, or we're going to take our 3 elements and just take them elsewhere. Come on. This looks okay. We have a hedge in the background. We have a house. We have some trees. Trees are always lovely. We're going to put an animal in here. Maybe the stupid dog I downloaded recently. Let's see how this dude fits. Haha. Well, it looks okay to a human, I guess. I think the AI is gonna do fine. What's not ideal is this black snout. This is undefined. And this is because my outline technique I used on this material, woman Asian is the material name. It's just a placeholder. It's adapted, so this is just like I have another dog, so this is the big dog. And let's go into the shader. And yeah, this is one big mistake. The first big mistake is this block is actually painted black and white texture painted masks for face outlines, but I don't need this here. This is the main shader, and the rim size is just, I built this together myself. All right, but we're not going to use the shaded version anyway, so this doesn't make sense that I do it. You can have a quick look inside of my shader. This is a very simple version of it. It goes deeper than that, but it took a couple of iterations to get to this simple point. So, okay, this looks good enough. This area right here is a bit boring. And also the AI, I think it would like some more hints in this area. It looks a bit boring. The house itself looks a bit boring. Oh, is it that one? Yeah. Let's put a more interesting house there. Again, it doesn't matter so much how it looks. To us, it matters how it looks to the image model, to the image AI. Okay. We have a doggo, we have colored trees, this is a hedge, this is some stairs. Let's see if this is going to work out. Otherwise we can just reposition it. In any case, let's see what we're going to get. I'm going to take this, and I'm not going to render this out via normal rendering. I'm going to switch over to the material view. And what I found is that this actually gives better results than this textured image. But I can just show. We're going to make a viewport render image, which is nothing else than just making a screenshot of that. And we are going to copy this and take it over to Comfy. And we're going to paste it here. And what we also need is the matte colors. So what I did in order to achieve this is not much really. You can take any object and let's just start. Yeah. So this would be a normal 3D view. There are no textures on it, which makes it easier to view in the viewport. It's I usually work in that way. In order to clean this up, you can assign random colors, so you have a bit more visual guidance. So this also makes sense. I usually just forget to put it on this mode. But what I did, you can also set this mode to the object color. You can take any object, like this chair, go into the object properties and give it a custom color. So what good is this for? It is good for telling Comfy about the individual parts of the image. So the boards have a certain blue value. This is just straight blue. The kids have certain values and so forth. So I go into my camera view. I'm gonna set this to, because this is still shaded, like if there was something that illuminated the scene, we're gonna use it as flat, and these are just the flat view display colors that I set up. So I'm going to make a viewport render image of that. We're gonna copy that. We are going to paste it here. And in my Comfyui tree, I have a custom matte skateboard. So I'm just gonna put this here. Using a mask from color node, I specified the color via RGB values, which is actually way trickier than it sounds, because this is not the same. You cannot just take the hex code from this one and convert it to RGB like this. This would be one. I mean, this is another different. This is a flow system. This is an 8-bit RGB color value matrix, but you still cannot convert directly from hex color to this, because this blue tone is different from this one. I had to make a screenshot of this, take it into Irfan view, this picture viewer, pick the RGB videos from there, hack it in here, blur the mask and whatever, and there you have it. You have your skateboard. So we can address this skateboard specifically. I don't care so much about the character. I think I made a character sheet for this guy. Yeah, here, but I did not convert it to picture book style yet, as the way I did. Huh? Where's the here's gotta be some. Yeah, so this is a specific version of my main character, and I use this to guide my character creation, but in this case it doesn't matter too much. In any case, what we have here, just for those who are completely flabbergasted at what they are seeing here, trust me, I get it. What we're seeing here is practically a Comfyui node tree. What does that mean? Well, Comfyui. So think of this as what goes on under the hood when you feed, when you operate with an image engine, with an image model, like Google, Veo, and Sora, and all these image models out there. When you go to the internet and say, hey, I want to have an AI software or AI web service that can create a, I don't know what, a bird riding a scooter, then you would go to an AI service in the internet and you would use this. I'm not doing that. I installed open source image models on my computer. And now I can run this for free on my own hardware. You need a beefy hardware for that, but if you have, then it's a treat to work with this. So I'm working in stable diffusion, which is the kind of image model, the name of the image model I'm using. This is an SDXL workflow, which means it's quite outdated actually, but I don't care. I care for speed. And that's why I still stick with those old models. Probably it's for the worse, but well, at least I learn a lot. This is what I created in my last run. And we are going to have no, we're not going to do that. The only thing we need to do is change our prompt to match what we have in the picture and what we actually want to see. We have, well, of course, a skateboard. We want a coloring book style, and these are the different kinds of keywords for LoRa's, which are, think of them as extensions of the image model, and they have some coloring page and coloring book LoRa's that helps the image model to find the right style. Let's put it like that. So we also want to tell it, this is a lot of trial and error, by the way. So maybe I'm going to make a full topic, a full video about this. You can make practically full length dinner stories out of every node in here. This is so crazy. But when you work with different image models, by the way, I am using, for those who actually know what I'm talking about, I am using the Wildcard Turbo image model, which is somewhat lightweight and fast. It's also not the latest, but this is what I'm using. And I have to structure and design my prompt in accordance with the image model I'm using. So often enough, the wrong keyword confuses the image model and gives you weird results. Maybe I can show you some weird, yeah. For this model, oh, maybe I can easily find the no, workflow. I put in the prompt the word clouds instead of putting the clouds here where they belong. It kind of, well, put it here in the house texture. So this tells you a lot about how the image model works under the hood when you see these elements bleed over in the wrong positions. And when you see that, you need to engineer your prompt better. And you have to find workarounds for that. Different words trigger different areas or different weights in the image creation. So this is a lot of trial and error. In any case, in the end, I wrote so many different styles and versions of these prompts. I concatenated different aspects, blah blah blah. In the end, what comes out is a very simple version that works just fine. We have a skateboard here. We have one boy. He's holding something. We have trees in the background. We have let's just call it a house in the background. We have a balcony. We have windows. We have a car in the background? Do we have a car in the back? No. We have a dog. And no cute cat, but we have some bushes. And with this simple prompt, it is automatically, well, setting all the masks and also fill the skateboard area of the picture with a certain style that I set here. So this is a butterfly pattern, but let's make something a little more exciting. Let's make a pattern of skulls and bones, because there's always a keeper. Let's quickly create this. This is also with a wildcard model and the coloring page Loras. All right, this looks dandy. Let's see what we are getting out of it. Oh, I have to copy this into clip space and paste it from the clip space here. And this is going to practically analyze the style, the contents of this image, and apply it and well, analyze it and do its best to apply it to the motif, to the skateboard in the picture, without us having to describe it out. But maybe it helps. Let's try it. In any case, we're running this workflow. We are running it at a 2.0 CFG, steps 25. There's quite a range here. From values 16, I had very good results, to 25. Sometimes it has some weird hiccups at some seed value, but generally it's very stable. I just leave it at that right now. We have only one LoRa working. We have the clip set layer at -2. This is quite an in-depth topic, but this is what I did. And you see up there, you see the progress of our image generation. It's quite slow, actually. Why is it so slow? Oh, probably because I'm streaming at the same time. Oh, good Lord, is this? Oh no, it's 25 steps. That's awesome. Let's maybe take 18 next time. All right, hey. Just gonna look at OBS if everything is working. A live stream if everything is working. All right. There we have it. We have a very cute dog. The house is very well done, in a way. On first glance, it always looks kind of interesting. But the closer you look, the more the AI images fall apart. You can see that in this weird window position here. I mean, what is this kind of... When you follow the lines, when you follow the patterns, you see often enough they go nowhere. They don't make any sense. But for this picture, I'm just looking around. I think for this picture, yeah, I mean, this just looks awful, but okay. There's ways to fix it. And this is also interesting. The first off, the style of the boy, which is often enough just it's very similar to each other. I mean, I fed him an Asian boy, meaning this face, and this is what he gave me. Same happened with my black character, my black dude. Excuse me. it just makes them these average white bread. Uh, well, you get the idea. Um, but this is why I build character sheets, so they follow more closely my designs. But this is something maybe we address in this video or in another stream. In any case, so this is, for example, my character that has a baseball cap. I think her name is Lani or something, and followed it quite well. In this case, it didn't follow it too well. So we have two doggies here. So what we see, if we hadn't put this picture in here, it would have just given us a blank deck, just blank. But we put it in here, and so it analyzed it. What did it analyze? It analyzed, well, this could be anything really, to an AI. It just followed the shapes, and it found that the general kind of shape, this, for example, and you blur it enough, could almost be a snout. And what is a snout? Well, a dog. And so we get a dog because this is a snout, and these are just extremely big eyes, these eye holes here. So what we can do is to address this. Let's see what happens when we put in a skull. And yeah, let's just leave it at skull. Let's take it very simple. We're running at 18 now as opposed to 25, so this is going to make a difference. And we are also going to make a different version of the input image. We are going to copy this and see what happens then. So we are at 56%. It's quite a while to generate images, but it's better than working with flux or other normal models. Okay, we have ourselves a skull. You see these weird patterns. It does its best, but it's just meh. It's just meh. There's ways to address this, a gazillion of different ways. First, I would just change the graphic to something that I would actually use, and that makes more sense and is more ubiquitous and generic. Because the more generic it is, the more likely it is that the AI has it in its data set. So it's not a pattern of skulls and bones. What is it a pattern of? Of maple leaves. Is it leaves? Leaves? I don't know. Maple leaves. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what we are getting out of here. Some fork ugly maple leaves. Does not matter at all because we're just setting examples here. Yes, copy this in. And let's now also swap this input because I found that although to us it makes more sense visually to distinguish the elements like this, for the AI, this is actually more helpful. So let's run our prompt again and see what's going on. Something very important to state. always work in a fixed seed. And what I'm trying to do is to have as thorough control over the output image as possible, so I can really direct it, so I don't get weirdly new images, completely different new images. All right. Well done, dude. Well done. Oh, let's save this. So, this is super interesting for you to learn actually how image models work. It couldn't find the skull in this pattern before, in the skull pattern. So it put the skull token, aka keyword we put in here. It needs to find it somewhere. And if it doesn't find it, yeah, well, we have to create it. So there you go. Good hair. Good hair day for a skull person. But it's actually quite a beautiful graphic we got out of here. And the thing you also see, so we got the skull. You don't even need a specific keyword for this pattern because this kind of floral pattern leaves. This is so ubiquitous that the AI knows it practically and can replicate it. So let's bring our boy back. You also see it got a lot more concrete, a lot more less abstract. And I don't think I like that actually. Ugh, this looks absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. So let's try the colored version again. In this case, it didn't work so well. Here's some earlier attempts. This is just, this is typical AI garbage, this stuff here. On first glance, it makes sense, but the closer you look, the closer you follow the lines, the actual shapes, the less sense it makes. I mean, just look at, there's no artistic element to this. This is why AI is not art. AI itself is not art. But using it as a tool, well, that's an art form in itself. And what you produce, well, might just qualify. Yeah, right on. This is not too bad. The house looks a lot better. It helps a lot to, this is also something I found which is highly fascinating. These stairs now become a balcony because I put in the word, did I? Balcony. That's right. So let's take that out just as an example. Yeah, here, well, makes more sense here. In this case, the change is not so dramatic. But I had it that it helps. It helped a lot before when I described it as a balcony. Do I still have it? No, I don't have it. Never mind. Let's put it back in. Makes more sense. And the less you type in, you can just like just for fucks. Just to demonstrate, if we describe nothing and leave the whole picture creation process to my so-called control nets, I'll show you in a second when the thingy is out. So these are analyzations. How would you call it? This is an interpretation of the AI, of the depth of the image, which this depth editing v2 makes a really good job at estimating. And we have several processors, pre-processors we call them, control net pre-processors that analyze the picture in certain ways and look for certain things. Like this controls, you have, there's a DW. For example, this analyzes the pose, which does a remarkable job of finding the limbs. And so we are using these images and only these to guide the AI image model, which means since the AI starts from nothing, a blank white noise, if you will, and creates something, anything can come out. There's a gazillion boy pictures, a gazillion dog pictures, a gazillion tree pictures, and house pictures, and probably 3 or 4 skateboard pictures. And they are all going to be combined into something. So your result is going to vary greatly. So what we're doing here is we give the AI a sort of a blueprint that it must take into account when, let's just say, for example's sake, to pull the right images together, images that are taken from a boy where he is in this part of the frame, where we have also trees, some other, of course, a lot of tree pictures, dog pictures. We are telling it practically to find pictures that have this predefined shape or this pose as characters, or a certain depth to it. I mean, this is a very clumsy and also not accurate way by any means to describe this, but for the moment it might just help to visualize or to make sense of what is the actual guidance. I also have my character. I haven't really built the character sheets yet, so it doesn't make sense to show now. But this is where I analyze the graphic for the board. And with this guidance, we get this, which is odd. Very odd. First off, I'm just noticing it now. The arm doesn't make any sense. It's very ugly. 1, 2, 3 fingers. 1, 2, 3. What is this stupid wiener sausage? Stupid looking thing. Doesn't make any sense. The hair doesn't make sense. This looks absolutely god awful. Why? How does this happen? Oh yeah. Well, we didn't tell the AI what to look out for. It really couldn't tell. It incorporated my general shapes, like these stupid blobs, into other stupid blobs. These are the generic outlines, but it doesn't know where to go from here. If I told the AI the right keywords, like balcony, it would look up words for balcony, and it would find angles of balconies that match. And so it can take it from there. Let's only add the word balcony. And let's see what I got. So in order to address the elbow, we can actually try out two different ways. You can tell it that I want to see an elbow, so it pays more attention to this arm. Or I can just reposition the. Yeah, this doesn't make sense because it's the jacket really that screws things up. So, oh yeah, I put some elbow in. It still looks awful. So yeah, there we go. A balcony is part of a house. So it knows how to fill the rest of the areas around the structure. It found a resemblance of balconies in my picture. Right here and here. So the more specific we describe the picture, the more detailed the outcome. With other drawbacks, though, however, you wouldn't want to be too specific. This goes in correspondence or in accordance with the CFG value a lot. But this is another big topic. Yeah, let's put elbow in here and see where we land. Elbow, yeah, clean fingers. We don't have much in this scene. It's a very boring scene to begin with. We can also just make it jacket instead of elbow. Or long sleeve. Let's make it a long sleeve. Is the stream still running? Yeah, it actually runs. All right. So we're going to take that and we are going to iterate. This looked the best by far, so far. Oh yeah, and by the way, I just, these are some of my custom templates that help me organize my projects. I'm setting a global project path, so all my outputs get saved in the proper file structure as opposed to the output folder of Comfyui. Since you cannot define a custom output folder, I have to find a workaround, and I found this workaround by combining several global values that I set here. This is the project name, this is a global file prefix. This is going to set the project path, and all these informations get combined, and you can still, I'm calling this, for example, this image, when I execute this one, it will be put into my out folder, in a subfolder called playground, in a subfolder called keepers, with the file name prefix first try. It helps me to organize things, I tell myself. So this is what we got. This is the current one. Clean fingers didn't do much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, check it worked okay. The trees look fine. There's a bit of garbage here. The ground is always very difficult, is what I found. The windows look okay for a change. It's not too bad, actually. Let's put it down to keepers. Let's try to, well, first off, let's try a new seed. Also, what I can also do is find, where's the character sheet for? Character sheet for Comfyui. Did I save that? Cannot be found. It's looking for between. Oh, okay, so I have not created a character sheet for this dude. But maybe let's just, why not try it? Why not just try it? I am going to take this image and I will be feeding it. To my custom. To my custom stream. I do not need to batch any image. These are already squared, but what my script does. So this is a node I programmed with Claude that helps me to find the aspect ratio of the input files, because you have to choose a proper latent resolution that is suitable for the different image models. But the best bet is always 1024 by 1024. So if it wasn't that, I would crop it, and this is the optimization to crop the input image to my desired output image according to various factors. So this is practically what we get out. It's the same one as it gets in. No difference. And what we find here is Asian boy. We do not have any other path. Oh, and of course, you have to give it some guidance. I'm afraid, I mean, I would get out some kind of shading, and I feed it this control net. What makes more sense is practically to take all these and first off batch these images. And then feed it this IPA adapter. Actually, the style makes more sense. So with this IPA adapter, oh, I'd love me some IPA right now. IP adapter, not IPA adapter. This IP adapter. Excuse me. We manipulate the image model to have it more closely resemble my input image, which is my Asian dude. So let's enable that and see what we find. Nothing, idle. What's going on? It's because I put this off. They must have some sort of input. I need to fix this. Yeah, what I'm trying to get at is to make this kind of face into an art style that looks like that. Actually, I should take it a different route. Where is my... This is a very early version, which would... Wow, which worked really, really well. It's also from the same workflow. This is a scene from Blender, and this is what this is the result at the end of my early Comfyui workflow. Had some nice examples, a bit too feminine all in all, but this is my early attempts. This is photos of me and some friends, which I put through early versions of this workflow. And what I have, I think this one was, yeah, this has great settings. What happened? Hello? Idle? What are you doing? Ah, you mother scratches. Yeah, so let's check the settings of the, great, the case sampler. Scheduler is set to simple. We have 3 control nets, line art, manga to anime line art, and a DW processor. What? That's weird. This is not an Asian dude. It's an Asian Robon, but where'd you get the flowers, dude? This is the power of a LoRa. It's too much interference. Or it's pushing the model to extremes. Actually, we should have noticed that. What's the LoRa values here? Hmm. So these control nets and these Jesus, what the? This doesn't rock my boat. Quite the contrary. So what do we want to see? Well, it's just a blank Asian face. How do you describe the eyes? I don't know. It's just unremarkable, stupid, generic face. I mean, don't make it into this Taiwanese action hero kid. Okay, let's see what comes out. Yeah, this is also something that I need to wrap my head around. This kind of pleat, this is very unusual to happen at this stage, but sometimes it happens. This is often enough, it's fixed with the steps. This is one of these hiccups. Sometimes it's fixed with a seed, but seed should never be a fix, if you ask me. Um, let's put the coloring book second Laura. These are these kind of extensions I was talking about earlier. These are all my Lauras, which are not that many. Um, that push this image in a certain direction. We have, for example, 70s horror movie illustrations or hypergraffiti if I wanted some graffiti tune. Oh, it's actually, why not incorporate that? Linear manga, no, 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 no. Um, Anime watercolor, hypergraffiti, why not? Just bump it up. It doesn't cost a thing. But this is absolutely abysmal, and I don't think this helps a lot. Actually, when we make it a normal IP adapter with style and composition frame, and so this is a more generic, and we feed them all the pictures. Yeah, let's see what happens. And we have the hyper graffiti tune. Sometimes I haven't quite figured that out yet. You need to extra um, trigger this LoRa in the prompt. That's why we have this weird coloring book AF or coloring book prompts in here to trigger those LoRas, but yeah, it still should influence things. This is cool. It's really cool. It's kind of a hiccup. Just gonna save it just so folks. This must have been this hyper graffiti tune, which is very interesting for a different project, maybe. Yeah, for a different kind of comic book or something. This look great. Okay, now this is absolutely horrible. This is absolutely horrible. What else needs fixing next to his face? I mean, we can still. I built a. I just took it apart in the last workflow. Use. Oh, here's still a reactor version. We can do a face swap. So we can feed this image. What is going on, man? Black and white. Strong outlines. Empty shapes for coloring. This doesn't make much sense, this last token, but bear with me. And we're waiting once again. Almost done. This this annoys the hell out of me. This doesn't make sense in the slightest. So let's take it back to basics. Let's take this in and just give it one input image. Not open. Is there a specific prompt? Coloring book, coloring book, coloring book. Where did I put it? Where's the output? Where did I put my output? Here? Is the stream still streaming? Oh my goodness. This is laughable. Let's try this again. So there's a million ways and a million smarter ways to address character consistency in Comfyui nowadays. This is absolutely horrible. Why is it so feminine? Because the coloring book Laura is just well trained on coloring book images, and they're full of nice looking girl illustrations. So we're gonna have to help it out a little bit. Let's make it boy and let's make it Asian. So I'm addressing character consistency in a very clumsy way, in a very outdated way. But this is just where I ended up in my journey at the moment. So this is better, but this has too much shading, way too much shading. Let's put colors. Let's see if it follows it more. Really depends on the model how well it understands what you say to it. For certain image models, you have to use certain syntax. For certain image models, you have to, like flocks, which is a completely different architecture practically. You have to describe it as a paragraph in vast, detailed scope, like a 17th century romantic novel. This is how you prompt for flux models. Is this really what you give me? This is absolutely abhorrent. Give me more coloring book, man. And not the same again. iDream doesn't work. Coloring page. The things you do. But we really need fresh faces. In this picture, in this coloring book. Interesting. So this is the effect that Laura has. So the training images of this coloring page extension, the training images were obviously full of little fractal details like this that don't make any sense. You have to address it if you put in certain words. It can clean it up a little bit, but this is practically what you get out of this Laura. And you can incorporate that into your design if you so desire, or you can leave it out. I am not wanting to wrangle with it. Let's stop at clip layer 2. Not 2, minus 2, which is the second to the last. No, yeah. Layer of the 12 layers, I think. And image construction. What the hell are you? Black and white are strong lines. Come on, man, come on. Okay, screw it. Just taking this one. What? So, we are performing a reactor phase swap and see how well it performs. We are combining these two dudes and we are getting this dude. Way too much shading. It's because this has way too much shading. That is also. But this is a weird match. Oh, it's because I had to put it here too. No. So then you are left with fiddling around with a bunch of different settings and see where you end up. Sometimes it's worth it. Well, that's the problem with Comfyui. You get lost in micro adjusting parameters. So practically the possibilities or what the chances of you getting out what you actually want. Oh, this doesn't look too bad. It's too realistic. And this is why we fed it this semi-realistic picture. If we had a need to guide this better. Putting Laura's above 1 is often not a good idea. And often enough, I have settings. This does look, I mean, it looks cool, but it's not what we need. There's a gazillion of settings that I overlook often enough. For example, EULA Ancestral gave me great results in the past. I rarely touch it. right now. But you have too many options. Every option of those behind those little drop-down menus give you a gazillion new ways to um, generate images. I'm not. I am not satisfied. What else do we have that goes into minimalist? Goes into black and white outline. Laura's t-shirt design. I don't think so. Uh, kids illustration maybe. So, and what you would do with this? You take different angles of your main protagonist, and you run it through this pipeline. And the more angles, the more different, the more different, the differenter the images, and the more of them uh, give you a better database for um, adjusting, regulating your image with other methods. Here. And since we have a fixed seed, we can really see um, the exact changes that we make. So always keep it on fixed seed. Ow! Oh, I should address my neck. Oh man. So this is not an elegant solution. I don't like it. I'm gonna circumvent this. This is just the same. Holy smokes. Yeah, that's weird. You can also take this and pipe it in here, really. So we're not doing a face swap after the fact. We are incorporating this face into the original image generation already. And this is where you would put all the images of all the perspectives of this character. So, and different expressions also help. So this little gadget here, this friend, beautiful gray box, is going to have a better idea what the actor subject looks like. But we also have to tell it where it actually is in the picture. And this is why I created my auto mattes, but not for this one. Oh, this doesn't have, it shouldn't have an attention mask. Okay. No face detected. What? gave him the wrong input. So we're gonna see what the how much the boy and only this part of the image is going to change. The rest can also change a bit for different technical reasons. I could have put in a mask specifically, but let's just see what we got. Yeah, yeah. I mean, now we're talking. Now we're talking. So this balcony, this doesn't make sense to it at all, because it's not a balcony. You have to address it here, because this is a stair set, not a balcony. It would make more sense if it was a balcony. Balcony's here. So we have to remodel that. It's not that one. It's that one, yes. So let's just take out this silly, ugly stair set. So our little AI doesn't get confused all too much. Poor little thing. Let's take this in. Put it like that. This makes sense. I should put, in order to make hello, since I'm looking to the left now and I'm positioning it right here. This makes more sense. Try it. What the hell? There. Yeah, I totally forgot this one. Facing here. Pull it over. Come on, take it. This is just ghost clicks again with my crappy graphic tablet. Look, gonna be fine. Alright, so this is a better balcony now. For the AI at least. And this stupid thing is also a bit confusing. Chair. Put that out of the way. It also doesn't know what this is. This is just a gray kind of blob, undefined. Oh, let's not forget we have to activate the outliner, the outline. So this area right here doesn't make sense at all. So we must make it make sense. Let's try and put some flower pots here. It's a very simple. So embarrassing, this element. But that's all right. You should actually this thing is also completely in the way. I don't know if this is audible on the stream, but my computer is going haywire right now. But that's its job. This looks a lot worse than before. And this grass looks absolutely hideous. Don't want to model now. I don't want to fiddle around with this little element. Actually, this is a stupid area. Let's make a bit of space between the flower pots. Also, I'm using an add-on called stylized something, stylized acid suite, which lets me easily, I mean, I can do this manually, but this is a lot quicker. It uses the standard outline effect workflow, and you can just apply it like that. So it's even easier to guide the AI via comic outlines practically. Put this to 4. It's good enough. This hatch is okay. This back there, this is just a green blob. There's no definition, there's no texture to it. So AI really wouldn't know what to do with it. I mean, I hate this hatch in any case. You can put a parking lot and a car there, for example. This would make more sense. A cool car, yeah. Like this cool car. Let's do that. Let's make a parking lot out of this. Oh, I cannot select this. Why? Well, I can recreate it later. I just park it here. And I'm gonna take this little. Maybe. Let's see where I can position this little sports car. Sports car. Why is that still? No, that's not. Next. Okay, so there would be a car in the background. And another house. wouldn't know what this is. Let's see if it knows what that is. There's some chairs. This, let's see if the AI finds this. Okay, it looks a lot more elaborate. Let's take it to the next level. Copying this. Let's put this to keep us. We also have to address this in the prompt. We have now a car in the background. We have the balcony back. Yeah, we have chairs in the background. And we have a dog. Oh, flower pots. Very important. So, unable to allocate 12 meg of array with shape. What the hell are you talking about? Array memory error. The preprocessor. This is a weird error. Let's bring out the console. Memory error. Yeah, probably. I should probably restart the background process. I mean, I'm running Blender also, which sucks up 36 gigs of RAM. We have Brave browser on my YouTube tab, sailing in with 6 gigs of RAM. Comfy uses 13 gigs, and the VRAM is also full. So Comfy is excused to have a hiccup here and there. We're gonna restart the system. And then hopefully it'll go through. VRAM is already 63%. Is this from? This cannot be from Blender. This is Eevee. Did I put this in the fucking? Oh, probably. Let's see what happens. Nothing happens. Fail to validate. Inverted image? What is this image file? Comfyui temp. Ah, I'm a stupid jerk. It didn't. Have to recreate this image. Of Nozui. We just copied and pasted it into as a character reference, and it didn't save it, so it doesn't know. It got cleared from memory, so we have to get Nozui's face back. I hope the settings are still the same. Yeah, looks good enough. copy clear space. Paste it right here. And this should do the trick. No. Still not. Finds these. This is working. Working fine. Oh. Why is that? Oh, yeah. Doesn't matter. Ah, our cool board graphic also got killed. In any case, this is how I'm going to proceed. I kind of screwed that up. I should have saved all those templates. I should have saved the demographic of the maple leaf, because this is something that needs to be recreated. These are just the things you do if you don't pay attention. Exactly for that reason, I built a custom template that addresses this, so I can easily just save that in my project in between file folder. And I'll show you how this is done. So we're going to bring this back. Why is it? Something's off. It's a bit weird. In any case, I have a node template saved to between us. And so board styles, let's call it. And like that, we have it in here the next time we need it. The same goes for that one, for that bad boy. But this is a case for the character sheet. Meaning we have the other fellas still lined up. The other perspectives of the dude somewhere. Here. And these need to run through this pipeline so it stays consistent. And there we have it. Stupid sunflower. Car in the background did not work. The flower pots worked as I intended. Quite cool. This is weird. This is very weird. The house is weird. It's actually weirder than before. It's not a step in the right direction. The car shape is maybe a bit too undefined. But it worked in the past. So I don't know. These steps, these blobs, they don't make any sense to the AI. So let's address those. Take this stupid tree out. This is more clearly, a lot more clearly, a tree. These are chairs in the background. It's good to see. And some stairs. I mean, I'm a skateboarder, I love stairs, but is it stairs? What is it? What is that? Ah, that's the stupid parking lot texture. And I'm just going to extend this one, or I'm just going to change the material. And these extra shapes, these are just shapes. I'll be damned. What? This really bad topology. I didn't build this. Then again, I'm too lazy to build something myself, so. This is a better place for a car to begin with. Looks weird. Looks very weird. You should put the chairs over there and the car over there. That makes sense. Oh. And I think I just killed my stream, did I not?